of Lands did not tender his apology, except yes, he did. He did, and is it Marapiri? Harry titles. Yeah, so Honorable Leader of Government Business, there's no excuse for them not to be here, those two. You can attempt to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the Honourable Member for the question. The reason why we are downsizing is to ensure that the majority of Zimbabweans who want agricultural land get it. So the land will be given to those on the waiting list who have applied, and we'll also reserve some for some of the investment that we want to undertake. I thank you.
Thank you. Is that a supplementary?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. What percentage of this land,
pardon?
What percentage of this land does the ministry intend to distribute to youths, since youths were young when land was taken?
Order. Order, switch off your mic. Order. When you go to statistics, you must bring that question in writing because it needs research. Supplementary, yes.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the government embarked on a land audit, which they were going to audit the land first. Look at who's utilizing or not utilized for what reasons, multiple farm owners. It is on record that the former First Lady has more than 12 farms, and this government has done absolutely nothing when the policy on land is one man, one farm.
What's your supplementary?
The question is that what have they done with the land, and why are they not repossessing the farms from the former First Lady, where it's one man, one farm against the government policy? It is a policy question.
Okay. Honorable Minister. Okay. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr.
Order. Order. Can you allow the Honorable? Just a minute. Order. Honorable Minister.
Thank you.
Honorable Serambu. Allow the Honorable Minister to answer.
I don't know why I'm getting into this conversation, and I think it's just a
Can you allow the Honorable Minister?
We withdraw. We withdraw.
Okay.
No, you should withdraw.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, it's not.
Order. Honorable Scala. Order.
Thank you.
Minister. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Can you sit down? Honorable Scala, can you come? Kindly withdraw that statement about the good lady, Ms. Sharam.
No, I just said I defended it. I defended my sister.
Which one?
My sister, Priscilla. Is that unparliamentary?
She's complaining. So just withdraw. She's complaining. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes.
Order. If my order. If my statement that I defend
Honorable
widows
Mamombe.
has insulted
Honorable
anyone,
Mamombe.
including my sister Priscilla, I withdraw.
Thank you. Honorable
No,
Priscilla.
she's my sister. This one, do you know that?
Okay. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I want to thank the honourable member for the question, which is very important, I must admit. Government indeed embarked on a land audit, and our president is very clear that our policy is one man, one farm, or one woman, one farm. And I happen to be the vice chairman of the Lands Committee in Marsh West, and the chair is here. She would testify that we are repossessing farms from multiple farm owners. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Chikombo. Honorable Chikombo.
Supplementary. Mubati wechigaro.
Honorable Mamombe.
Maita basa mubati wechigaro.
Please listen.
Mubati wechigaro muvunzo wangu wakanangana negurukota rezvemoto. Asi ndiri kuona zvangu kuti gurukota racho haripo. Kutaura kwatiri kuita magetsi anga achishaikwa munyika kwemwedzi yapfuura yakati wandei. Saka tingada kuziva kuti pane here chiri kuitwa nehurumende kurapa dambudziko ranga rapo kana riripo kwemwedzi yapfuura mupfumbamwe, kana kuti hapana chatinotarisira pamusana pekuti gurukota remoto racho harina moto zvakare haripo pano. Maita basi.
Honorable Deputy Minister. Talk to you. Honorable Deputy Minister.
Ndinotenda Mr. Speaker say. Ndinoda kutenda honorable member nemuvunzo wavo wakanangana nekushayikwa kwemagetsi munyika yeZimbabwe, nekuti vada kuziva kuti ministry ino Ministry yeEnergy and Power Development iri kuitei panyaya dzemagetsi kuti tigadzirise dambudziko irori. Hongu magetsi edu mashoma, tagara tichingozvitaura zvikonzero zvakawanda zvakakonzeresa, asi seMinistry yeEnergy and Power Development kutanga kuti magetsi kana kuti nyika imboiramba ichiwanawo magetsi mashoma iwaya arimo, tiri kutenga magetsi kubva kunze kwenyika kuSouth Africa through Eskom, kuMozambique kukabhora basa nekuEDM yekuMozambique again. Ndokwatiri kutenga magetsi ikoko. Asi sezvamunongoziva kuti region yese yeSouthern Africa ine dambudziko remagetsi. Dzimwe nguva kuSouth Africa kuEskom kunomboitawo madambudziko emagetsi, zvinozokonzeresa kuti magetsi edu atinowana munomu ave mashoma zvakanyanyisa. Touya pamusoro paizvozvo, tiri kukurudzira kuti tivane yatinoti renewable energy. Magetsi anobva muzuva, solar energy. Makambani anokwanisa kunge aichita magetsi panzvimbo dzavo. Vamwe vakatoita kare, like anana vakaita sana Peps, vatove nemagetsi avo, Econet yava nemagetsi avo. Imwe yenzira yatiri kukurudzira kuti makambani anokwanisa kana vanhu vanokwanisa kuita magetsi iwayo esola, nekuti tine zuva rakawandisa muno munyika, vakwanise kunge vachiita magetsi avo ezuva. Hurumende ndo zvatiri kukurudzira kunyanya izvozvo. Tine renewable energy policy iripo yatiri kukurudzira kuti ichalonchewa manje manje, iri kukurudzira nyaya dzerenewable energy. Sehurumende zvakare tiri kugadzirisa kuHwange, tine project iriko Hwange extension, units 7 and 8 extension iri kutovakwa izvozvi. Tiri kutarisira kuti unit imwe chete yekutanga ichatanga kushanda gore rinouya 2021, imwe racho richizoshanda zvakare by 2022. Ikoko tichange tichiwana magetsi anokwana 600 megawatts kuwedzera pamusoro pemagetsi atinawo. Pamusoro pazvo tiri kukurudzira zvakare ma-independent power producers muno munyika vanoda kuuya kuzoita ma-mini hydro power stations kumadhamu ose emunyika munomu. Tiri kukurudzira kuti madhamu anokwanisa ose kunga achiita hydro power anga achiita magetsi iwayo. Saka tine zvakawanda zvatiri kuita, list yakarebesa yezvatiri kuita sehurumende kuedza kuti tiwedzere magetsi mukati menyika ino. Tatenda.
Maita basa mubati wechigaro. Chekutanga ndinotenda muteedzeri wegurukota pakureva chokwadi kuti hatina magetsi muno munyika ende takagara tizvitaura kuti hakuna magetsi. Ndinokutendai nekupupura chokwadi. Dambudziko guru randaona kubva kune muteedzeri wegurukota nderekuti ari kuramba achititsanangurira kuti tichadai. Mubvunzo wangu spika ndewekuti kwese kushaya kwatiri kuita magetsi sekutaura kwavaita inyaya yekuti here hatina zviwanikwa kana kuti inyaya yekuti hatina vanhu vane mano vanoumhetura nezano rekuunza magetsi.
Order. Honorable member, maita nhoroondo, bvunzai mubvunzo wokuwedzera wakanaka. Dzokererai.
Kushayikwa kwatiri kuita kwemagetsi kwamataura haisiri nyaya here yekuti imimi hamuna zano. Ndaona kuti ndiri kuita ndichitsanangura naivo, asi ndiri kuti setsananguro yavatipa yekubvuma inyaya yekuti hatina zviwanikwa here kana kuti zviwanikwa zviri kushayikwa musoro nekushaya mano neumhetura nezano yekuti tiwane magetsi munyika.
Honorable member.
Ndinotenda Mr. Speaker say. Zviwanikwa zvirimo. Tiri kuita magetsi ngadataura ndikati zuva tinaro rakanyanya chaizvo. Tiri kuita renewable energy ndio atiri kukurudzira kuti ngatiite renewable energy. Tine project yandataura yekuHwange, it's ongoing. Yakatotanga kubva gore rakapera, ndati kubva 2021 magetsi anenge akutowana magetsi kubva kuproject iyoyo. tichawana 300 megawatts tozowana imwe 300 megawatts achasvika pa600 megawatts paproject itoripo. Muno munyika zvakare tine mamini hydro power projects ari kuitika arimo kuti kuwedzera magetsi. Tiri kukurudzira vanhu vane mari dzavo kuti ngatiise magetsi tisevhe magetsi mukati menyika ino. Ndakataura kuti list zvatiri kuita zvakatowandisa handingapedzi kuzvitaura zvese pano, asi ndo zvimwe zvidiki zvatatitaure izvozvo kuti magetsi tiri kuedza kuti awedzere mukati menyika ino kuburikidza nemaprojects iwaya atiri kuita iwaya. Nyaya yema-IPPs yandataura tiri kukurudzira zvakare kuti ma-institutions akaita kana even ma-government institutions kana ma-clinic, ma-hospitals, kunge kuine ma-solar plants, pane urongwa huripo, zvese zvichazenge muchazozviona zvaakufamba magetsi ako mazvita.
Honorable Tofa. Honorable Tofa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My supplementary question to the Honourable Deputy Minister is, she spoke to encouraging people to invest in solar power or green energy. What is her ministry doing to make sure that it is possible and there is ease of doing business with regards to acquiring or importing solar equipment or resources? Mr. Speaker, sir, currently there is duty on batteries, there is duty on cables, there is also very high rates with when you want to acquire a license for a solar plant. So how is the ministry actually assisting or encouraging people when there are such hurdles in the way? Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I would like to thank the Honourable Member for the supplementary question on what the Ministry is doing to encourage the processing of application of license, whatever, as regards the electricity issue. As the Ministry, we are launching the renewable energy policy very soon. Very soon we are launching that renewable energy policy, which spells out that in as much as possible, in as much as we can, we are encouraging people to go the renewable energy way. And we have got incentives in place where we are saying duty, some of the equipment for solar energy, like some solar plants, some batteries, which are lithium, made by lithium, are really, which are meant for solar energy, are imported duty-free. That's another way we are encouraging. That's some of the incentives that we have. And also, on the licensing issue, we have got the ZERA, which processes the licenses. Before, the licensing processing would take more than 6 months to process, but we are reducing the period to process the licensing to less than to about a month. That's what we are trying to come up with. So you will see a lot of developments as regards the processing of power licenses and in the duty, yes, in the duty process, in the duty payments. I think I mentioned about the duty, that we have advocated with the Ministry of Finance that some of the equipment that we need for solar plants is brought in duty-free. So I cannot specify which equipment exactly, but what I remember is the lithium batteries, which are specifically meant for solar energy. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Last one, Honourable. That's
Thank
the
you.
last supplementary.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Kuziva kwangu ndoda kudzorera mubvunzo wangu wekuwedzerera kuna Deputy Minister. Muzire wangu ndewekuti kana uchinge uine service uchida kuwedzeredza mutengo unenge uchipa zvinhu zvauri kuziva kuti ndoda kuwedzeredza mutengo. Mubvunzo wangu unoti kuna Deputy Minister, imi segurukota rezvemoto taona mawedzeredza magetsi ne300%. Imimi musi kutipa magetsi acho. Saka zvinorevei sehurumende nekuti muri kuwedzeredza ne300% asi isu nyika tisina magetsi.
Honorable Deputy Minister.
Ndinotenda Mr. Speaker say. Honorable member wavunza mubvunzo wakanaka chose maererano nokukwidzwa kwemutengo wemagetsi. Ndinofunga kubva gore rakapera nyaya yanga iripo ndeyekuti matariffs anga achichajwa nezesa anga ari pasi zvakanyanyisa zvokuti pane imwe nguva ukatarisa
Order.
akanga ari pasi zvakanyanyisa tikatarisa muno muregion
Tererai.
zvakare zesa yakanga isina kuwedzera mutengo wemagetsi kubva 2011 kusvikira nagore rakapera mutengo wemagetsi wanga usina kumbobvira wawedzerwa. Zvese zvanga zvisina kuwedzerwa nekuda kwekuti magetsi akanga zvisina kutenderwa kuti awedzerwe mutengo wemagetsi. Asi nekuda kwekuti zesa yakanga yasvika pokuti yakanga isisakwanise kushanda, mari dzekubhadhara kana kutenga coal kuti tiwane magetsi kuHwange vanga vasisakwanise kubhadhara. Nyangwe mari yekubhadhara vashandi vakanga vasisina. Tiri kutenga magetsi kunze kwenyika, zesa yanga isakwanise kuwana mari yekuti itenge magetsi nekuda kwekuti yakanga isisina mari iya tinototi it was on its knees pachirungu. Saka takati regai tikwidze magetsi mutengo kuitira kuti zvinodiwa kuti magetsi anga achibikwa kana kuti achigadzirwa zvikwanise kubhadharwa, zvikwanise kutengwa, maservices akwanise kupiwa kune vanhu vari kuda magetsi. Ndokusaka magetsi nyangwe paakawedzerwa gore rakapera iya yatinoti cost reflective tariffs anga asina kunyatsosvika ipo chaipo pavaida vezesa kuti asvike kuti wakwanise kushanda kubhadhara zvese zvinodiwa. Saka kuwedzerwa kwakaita magetsi iko zvino izvi ndo imwe yenzira yekuedza kuti zesa iwane mari ikwanise kubhadhara magetsi atiri kutenga kunze kwenyika, ikwanise kutenga coal, ikwanise tingati kubhadhara zvese zvinodiwa, basa rese rekuitira kuti magetsi anga achibikwa muno munyika. Tinotenda.
I said that was the last supplementary. I said that was the last supplementary. Point of order on what?
Honourable Speaker, you may have noticed that the amount of interest to engage the Honourable Minister with regards to issues of energy is quite high. I therefore propose, Honourable Minister, that the Honourable Minister of Energy may come to Parliament with a ministerial statement explaining the holistic approach under which the government is tackling the energy crisis, especially the issue of renewable energy. I thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Order. Honourable Deputy Minister, I'm sure you got the request. Did you get the request? Did you get the request, Honourable Deputy Minister?
This one's kwanga kuine noise kunoku, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. If your ministry could prepare a comprehensive ministerial statement to indicate the holistic approach to the energy crisis. Say by next week, can we have that statement next week?
Zvichaitwa saizvozvo, Mr. Speaker.
Tatenda. Honorable Order. Honorable Maduku, followed by Honorable Pimoyo, Mwenezi constituents, followed by Honorable Gojo, C. Gojo. Honorable Maduku.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. My question goes to the Leader of the House in the absence of the Minister of Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare. I want to know the government policy with regards to patient reviews as well as cost of living adjustments for its pensioners to keep them abreast with their colleagues still at work. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, I recall this question was asked, and we have ongoing negotiations within the tripartite negotiation forum where the negotiations are happening. So it's a question that is under discussion, and the honourable member will be advised when the negotiations are concluded.
Thank you. Honourable Pimoyo.
P. Masvita mubati wechigaro. Mubvunzo wangu unoenda kuna minista vemigwagwa. Kana vasipo mukuru weimba ino. Mubvunzo wangu unoti tine mugwagwa weBridge Chirundu. Mutemo wehurumende unoti kudii panyaya yegadziriro yekugadzira mugwagwa iwoyo mvura isati yanaya, nokuti tiri kungoona kuti gore negore tiri kuwana mugwagwa uyu uine makomba hauchafambika. Saka tinoda kuziva kuti
Honorable member, order. Mubvunzo uyu hausiri kutsvaga tariro yegovernment. It's a specific question. Thank you. Honorable C. Gojo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is directed to the Minister of Energy and Power Development. My question is, why is the government taking long to find a permanent solution to the fuel crisis?
Honorable. Order. Honorable Skinya.
Thank you,
Honorable
Mr.
Chibaya,
Speaker.
can you listen to the answer, please? Thank you. Carry on, Honorable Minister.
Okay, the Honourable Member has asked a very pertinent question on fuel issues which have gone for quite some time, for some time now, without appearing as if there is no solution in sight.
Allow the Honourable Minister to answer. Please carry on.
Like I said at one time, the fuel industry We have got the Minister of Energy, which is responsible for ensuring that there is electricity in the country and that the electricity is distributed to service stations for the motorists to get the fuel. But we also have the Ministry of Finance as a stakeholder, a key player in the fuel industry. So if you are talking about the government, you are not asking about the ministry per se, but it's the government that you are asking about. So I think the Ministry of Finance will also answer on his part. But what we are doing is that we, as a ministry, we are ensuring that there is fuel in the country, and thus we can assure you that we have got plenty of fuel at our depots. But some of the processes that are involved in having the fuel at the service station are beyond the ministry's control. So I think I cannot preempt what measures we are taking at the moment. This morning, the permanent secretary was involved in meetings, several meetings in the country. There's a lot that has been going on in the fuel industry. Some underhand dealings that are going on, and as a ministry, we assist with all those matters. But unfortunately, when I came to this parliamentary session, I hadn't met with the permanent secretary to discuss what has come out from those meetings today. It would be premature for me to say anything about those meetings. I think maybe by tomorrow we can have the answers after discussing with the permanent secretary what has come out with the ministry. But the challenges that we are having is that as a country we are not producing and we are not exporting to get the much needed forex to pay for the fuel. That's all I can say. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order, 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 order. May I suggest that, Honourable Deputy Minister, when you make your ministerial statement next week, can we include the issue of fuel supplies in consultation with the Ministry of Finance, as we have indicated? Thank you. Yes. After my ruling.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
After my ruling.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
After my ruling. After my ruling, wait for the ministerial statement. That and thank you. Honorable Mkani, sorry, Honorable, can you stand? Honorable Mkani and Honorable Enimago.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My question is directed to the Minister of Transport and the...
Order, order, order. We need to hear the question properly. Honorable Member, can you repeat your question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My question is directed to the Minister of Transport and Infrastructural Development. What is the government policy regarding the repair and the rehabilitation of our major roads? I thank you.
Order. That question was asked 2 weeks ago. Honorable Mago, followed by Honorable Masenda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Same. My question is directed to the Minister of Local Government. The country infrastructure is decayed. including sports infrastructure like stadia, halls, and public buildings. In view of the CAF ban on our stadia, why did government allow this situation to get to boiling point?
Honorable Chombo. The Honorable Order. No point of order. Allow the minister to carry on. Honorable Deputy Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I thank you very much for the question you raised about the decaying, as you say, of the National Sports Stadium. If you look back on the budgets that we've been submitting from previous years, you'll notice that maintenance of stadiums has not been given priorities. There's been fighting for the same commodities or financing. And the financing that we have been given as a ministry has not been enough for us to be able to maintain the stadiums. And also, for your own information, the stadiums, most of them are maintained by the local authorities, although they fall under the Ministry of Local Government. And also, in addition to that, right now we have put in place a mechanism where we are maintaining the National Sports Stadium and also hoping to also maintain the Baba Fields Stadium. Thank you.
Thank you. Order. 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 I stood down the point of order from Honorable Mliswa. On explanation, I think the Honorable Mliswa was correct. We asked for a ministerial statement, and we are hoping that that should come tomorrow. All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not accepting any point of order. We wait for the ministerial statement. You can't raise a point of order in the air. All right? No. No. No, thank you. Thank you. Order. 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 You can't raise a point of privilege now.
My issue, Mr. Speaker, sir,
yes.
We have requested a ministerial statement on water, a ministerial statement.
Order, honourable member.
Let me finish, Mr.
No,
Speaker,
let
sir.
me finish.
I want to finish.
That's a minute.
I just one suggestion.
No. Please take your seat.
One suggestion.
Take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat.
My suggestion was.
Take your seat. Take your seat.
vatingakhuluma esikubonayo phandle kunje kunje bayebhala babuye lako bachiye kunesifuna ukubatshela khona asile.
No. Today is your day for questions. Honorable Masenda. Honorable Masenda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Followed by Honorable Munetsi and Chinyanganya. My apologies.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Tobacco selling season is fast approaching, Mr. Speaker, sir. I would like to ask you, what is government policy on the payment of tobacco farmers in foreign currency?
Order. Can you repeat your question, please? There's some noise.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I said tobacco selling season is fast approaching. What is the government policy on the payment of tobacco farmers in foreign currency and allowing a proportion of the payments to be accessed in foreign currency?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable Deputy Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and thank you to the Honorable Member for the question. Honorable Speaker, unfortunately, this question is rightly answered by the Ministry of Finance. It is not part of our mandate to decide what portion will be paid in foreign currency and what portion will be paid in local currency.
Thank you. Yes.
Should I repeat, Honorable Speaker?
Is the Deputy Minister of Finance here? Honorable Deputy Minister of Finance. That question is redirected to your ministry.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, as of now, we don't have a new policy with regards to the payments for tobacco, but what is obtaining is the policy that we had in the previous tobacco season. That is where we are going to split the payment in foreign currency and in RTGS. Thank you.
Supplementary.
Honorable Speaker, sir.
Can I give the first questioner supplementary opportunity?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My supplementary question is to the Honorable Deputy Minister of Finance is that is there any consideration on the exchange rate at which farmers will liquidate their nostro accounts when they sell their tobacco? Thank you.
Honorable Deputy Minister.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, what I would wanted to add, which is not yet announced, is as of last week, we had a meeting with the tobacco farmers, and what is left is for us to announce the new position with regards to how the proportion is going to be split between the foreign currency component and the RTGS. And then with regards to the follow-up question, if farmers wanted to liquidate their foreign currency component, they will make use of the interbank rates.
Thank you. Supplementary, Honorable Betty.
Honorable Speaker, I've got a supplementary to the learned Deputy Minister of Finance. Honorable Speaker, tobacco farmers incur inputs in US dollar. They sell their product at auction floors in US dollar. There is no legal basis, there is no law that authorizes the Reserve Bank to expropriate their foreign currency. So we would like the minister to assure farmers in this house that there will be no expropriations from tobacco farmers and that they will get their raw foreign currency after a sale at the tobacco auction floors. I thank you.
Honourable Deputy Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm not sure if we can call it expropriation, but I think for us as a government, what is going to be followed is government policy. So the farmers are going to follow government policy, and that's it.
Point of. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Honorable Speaker, policy inofanira kuteera mutemo. Hakuna mutemo unotendera hurumende kutora mari yevarimi vefodla ichibvisa ku-US dollar ichivapa Zimbabwean bond note. Saka varima vagone kuteera policy inotyora mutemo. Chatiri kuda chete ndechekuti mutemo uteedzerwe. Atengesa fodya yake nema-US dollar apiwe mari yake banduko rake ne-US dollar. Chete chete, Speaker. Chete chete.
Order. Order. Order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In terms of, sorry, yeah, panyaya yokuva nemari munyika, mari yatinofana kunge tichibata nguva dzose imari yomuno muZimbabwe. Ukapuwa mari takabva pataisevenzesa mari dzedzimwe nyika dzakawanda wanda, tikati iye zvino taane mari yedu. What is law? Kusevenzesa mari yedu. Dzimwe mari idzo is not law.
Supplementary. Order. All right. Order.
Maita basa mubati wechigaro. Maita basa mubati wechigaro. Mubvunzo wangu unoti takatarisa mutemo wakataurwa neRBZ mazuva apera wekuti vanotengesa fuel vagona kutengesa nema-US dollars. Hatina kuonawo vachinoita sezvavari kuita kuvarimi vefodya kuti profiti yaitwa nevanotengesa fuel nema-US dollars imwe yacho inotorwa nehurumende. Saka tiri kuona sekuti paakurwisana mutemo wehurumende wavari kuita kune rimwe bandiko newavari kuita kuvarimi vefodya.
Okay. Honourable Deputy Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speakers. What are the national records? Handioni kuti pane conflict iripo panyaya yepolisi yehurumende.
Order.
Nyaya iripo kune vanoteverera zviri kuitika. Pamwedzi tiri kusevenzesa 100 million US dollars kuimporta fuel. Kureva kuti pagore tiri kusevenzesa 1.3 as a minimum, 1.3 billion kuimporta fuel. Saka izvi zviri kutaurwa zvokuti mitemo yedu inenge yakurwisana. Haisi kurwisana. Chatiri kuita ndechekuti kune vaya vane mari dzavo vaya ava vane ma-US dollars. mari dzavo sevarimi vanondokwanisa manje kuchindotenga fuel pamaservice station aya ari designated nokuti tinoita vabhadhara fodya yavo neforex saka hapana conflict.
Thank you. Last supplementary, Honorable Makram.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My supplementary is on exactly the same issue, but going on to the Zim dollar side. What is the government policy in making, once the money is in the bank account, accessible to the farmer, particularly the small-scale farmer who has no access to any banking facility to get the money, RTGS, even EcoCash, because as soon as you use EcoCash, you've lost 30% of the value on top of having it exchanged at the bank rate, which makes the farmer totally unviable. It is further complicated because he's got a small crop, he brings it into town, and he's got to sit to wait for it to sell, and then he's got to sit to find some cash to go home. So what is the government policy to help those farmers access their own money? Thank you.
Honourable Deputy Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. If I got the question right, he's saying there are some farmers who don't have even access to EcoCash or mobile money. Surely for us, in terms of digitalization, we said we want to embrace the use of digital money. So if there is any farmer without a mobile number, I'm sure you can inform them to have a mobile number.
Order. Honourable Deputy Minister, I think try to endeavour to answer the question in a manner that can direct to some solution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Because
order.
Yes, the issue is how are the smallholder farmers
to be
going to be able to access their money? And we are saying largely at the moment, most of the transactions that are happening via the use of what? Mobile money. And for the rural farmers,
order. Can you carry on?
Obviously, in the rural areas, most of the rural areas, we don't have banks. Most of the rural areas, we don't have banks. So, for the rural farmers, the majority, they will make use of mobile money, as I said.
Order. Let us not belabor the point. I am asking the Honourable Deputy Minister to look into the matter and see how those disadvantaged rural farmers out there can be assisted. I think that's the compromise. Let's look for a solution accordingly. I have closed the debate. Huh? You want a short one?
Mr. Speaker, Minister
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mubvunzo wangu wandingangoda kubatsirwa wandaona unenga usina kujekeswa na Deputy Minister. Pabvunzwa mubvunzo na Honorable Biti, ndaona kunga panosara pasina kunzwisisika pakuti mubvunzo wanga uri wekuti pari kutengwa fodya, Mr. Speaker, iri kubhadharwa ne-US dollars. So kana iyo yabhadharwa ne-US dollar, sei taakuzoda kupa munhu imwe nebhondi imwe ne-US? Pfungwa yangu ndaifungidzira kuti sezvo uri kungouya uri musho we-US, ngatingopawo munhu uri musho we-US. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, I say trade. Do not end us.
You have to remove the solid and
Oh, order. Yeah, I'll check.
Yeah, ndinotenda speaker. Sezva ndambotaura kuti iye zvino polisi iripo ndichitaura izvozvi ndezvakaitika gore rapera, asi mafamasi nereserve bank vanga vachitaurirana nezvenyaya iyoyo kuti tibude nepolisi nyuwani. Saka kana tabvumirana ipapo ndo pazvinozobuda kuti zvinofambiswa sei.
Okay. Right. No further supplementaries. No. I think it's Honorable Munetsi who must come in, Honorable Chinyanganya. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My question is directed to the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education. I don't know if I'm allowed in his absence to direct it to the Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education. I know he's able to answer.
What's your question, Honorable Member?
My question is, we used to have in schools.
You used to have what?
In schools. Huh? We used to have what was called per capita grant.
Yes.
In schools. Do we still have that policy? Because it used to help schools a lot. The policy of per capita grant in schools. Thank you.
Just a minute. You want to? Honorable Minister of Higher Education. Honorable Minister of Higher Education, can you assist? You can't. All right.
Honorable Speaker,
all right.
I don't know.
All right. Leader of government business. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I didn't quite get the question. He didn't specify what per capita grant is referring to. So if you can expand a little bit. Yeah.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I can be able to explain what per capita grant is. Can I explain?
Yes.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Per capita grant is money that was allocated to a student at a school so that they can be assisted to buy textbooks and that kind of things at a school. Every student used to get an allocation from government per school, per child. Do we still have that policy? Thank you.
You want to answer? Order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir. Mr. Speaker, our secondary schools are still supported by government in terms of provision of textbooks. And if you, honorable members, will recall, one of the largest budgets that we passed in this August House pertained to primary and secondary education. I thank you.
Honorable Chinyanganya.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. My question is directed to the Minister of Industry and Commerce. What measures are being taken by the government to ensure that there is compliance with the Competition Act, considering the fact that there are monopolies in the industry, such as fuel, for example, by Green Fuel, and also in the food industry, for example, by Insco and Simbisa brands? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I really want to thank the Honourable Member of Parliament for that very significant question. That question is being addressed by the board of the Competition and Tariff Commission. We are currently in the process of reviewing the decision-making process within that board. And this is one of the key issues that we are tasked with. And we are taking this matter very, very seriously. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. My supplementary question relates to the genesis of the original question, to the extent that why are we allowing monopolies? And one of the examples given was in the fuel industry, and I'll direct my supplementary to that level. Honourable Speaker, why does the government force me to buy blended fuel, and therefore promoting one particular monopoly? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, the question was very specific, and it requires it is a very specific question that requires it requires Mr. Speaker, sir.
Order, members, please.
If they would listen.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, sir, that question, I'll answer it on two levels. One, it must be put in writing. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, sir, it is also a question that must be addressed by ZERA. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes, that's your point of order. Order, honourable members, please.
Mr. Speaker.
Order, honourable members.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
The question by Honorable Chikwinya was saying, why are citizens of Zimbabwe or motorists being forced to compulsorily buy blended fuel?
To promote cartels.
Why don't we have an option for those who want to buy blended fuel or not? And that blended fuel is being supplied by one cartel. So why are we forced, all the citizens of Zimbabwe, to support one cartel?
Yes. Order, please.
That's a policy question.
Order, members.
These ministers must earn their salaries by answering
Order, please. You want the minister? Order, please. I agree with the minister that you have said, why are citizens? It means you have it has happened to somebody, which is very specific. That's specific. Yes. Order, please. Order, please. Can we have that one in writing, please? Order, sit down.
Let me clarify.
Order, please.
Let me clarify.
Order, please.
Let me clarify.
Honourable member, order, please. Order. Honourable member.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Can you sit down? Can you sit down?
No, I am the one who had asked.
Yes, sit down.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sit down.
I want to clarify.
Sit down before you clarify. Sit down. Honourable member. Order, please. No, order, please. You have answers. You have answers for the order, please. Order.
Speaker, they're out of order. Speaker, they're out of order.
Answer.
Speaker, they're out of
order, please.
They're out of order, Speaker.
Order, please.
You're out of order, Speaker.
Order, Honourable member. I'm saying order, please. Yes, keep the speaker. Order, please. Order, please. Order, sit down. Sit down. Yes, sit down. I'm trying to say, if he wants a clarification, it's okay. But if he still repeats the same question that the minister said, he must write. Can you have a clarification? Clarification, yes. I'm saying if it's a clarification.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, clarification.
Thank you.
That's not the same question.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Yes, can you get that clarification, please?
I'll clarify on 2 points. The first point, that it's not true that it is a specific question, because it is government policy that consumers, motorists, consume blended fuel. So it's public, it's government policy. And I'm asking the rationale of that policy, which relates to a monopoly, as from the original question. And then the second issue is that it must be answered by ZERA. Government acts in unison. The president was said today. So if the minister cannot answer on behalf of ZERA, she can defer the Minister of Energy. So on 2 issues, 1, it's not a specific issue, it's policy. 2, if she can't answer, she will refer to the Minister of Energy who controls ZERA.
Honourable Minister. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, sir.
Order, members. Order, please.
It is.
Order, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I specifically said, I did say this is a question for ZERA. That was referring the question to energy, and I'll do it again. I'll refer the question to energy as I had done it before.
Yes. Yes, Minister. Kumalo. Honorable Kumalo, order please. Order please. Honorable Minister, Energy. Yes? Can we listen, please? Honorable members, let's be quiet. Yes, you can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The issue, I think what I got from the question is about the. What I got from the question is that why is there monopoly in the blending of fuel? And why are motorists being forced to use the blended fuel without an option to use the unblended fuel? Okay, let me answer the last question first. When we blend, when the decision to do the blending with ethanol, it was meant to increase on volumes. Because I think we are all aware that we are having a serious shortage of fuel in the country. So if we don't blend our fuel, that will demand so much on the forex that we need to buy the fuel. So that's why we had a policy to do the blending. Currently, we are at the moment we are doing it, we are blending at 5%. At some point, we went up to as far as 20%, but at the moment it's 5%. So I think the issue of blending, the issue why there is no choice to motorists is because we don't have enough fuel in the country for the motorists to make a choice on whether they want to use the blended fuel or the unblended fuel. Then coming to the second question on the monopoly issue, it's not, I don't think there's a monopoly there. We have green fuels. We also have got ethanol from Triangle, where we've got sugarcane fields. So there's no monopoly there. If we have got many players to do the sugarcane plantations, we welcome them to participate in the ethanol business. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Member.
Supplementary.
I have no supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
No, I'm not accepting any supplementary. Honourable Member.
Mr. Speaker, my supplementary.